2003 Chevrolet. Looks like, I think. Yeah, made 9 of 02 it says. 03, apparently the money light is on. I looked at this vehicle a while back for this young feller, and I had an EVAP code in it. And it was leaking right out of the top of the tank, as they typically are, right where the fuel pump goes in. And I never seen him again, but now he's back. Said he fixed it and the light's back on. So we'll let her get hooked up. We'll see what code it has in it, you know. See what we have to do to fix it. Alright, take 2. Said to help a lady out with her TPMS light on her Honda. Well, that window down, always risque in a Chevrolet. So now we'll get it to auto ID the vehicle. I don't want to start yet. She's got 204, 854 on the clock. That's a youngin'. We'll call it the LS. We just want to read codes. We don't really. We'll see what it is. Like I said, this thing was peeing pretty good out of the top of the tank. These have a plastic tank and have a tendency to rust around the lock ring that holds the pump in, and then that cracks the top of the fuel pump, and that's where this one was leaking before. Might have to go out and move some cars off the street. Looks like they're painting sidewalks today. Let's see here. Yep, well, now we got a different one. Now we have a P0446 EVAP vent system performance. Now I know the canister vent valve was working prior, so I'm wondering if they put in a Wang Dong Chinese fuel pump, and now perhaps the fuel tank pressure sensor has gone wonky, because that's what it uses to check canister vent performance. With or without tack, I don't know. We're gonna say without. Looks like we got a cable down there still. So we'll let this load up, and we're gonna go to enhanced EVAP data. We'll just select it. We'll let it pull up the whole list here. We're gonna look at fuel tank pressure. We should be about 1.5 volts on a Chevrolet. Let's see. Let me find it. It's not on that side. And then I'll show you guys fuel tank pressure, 1.45 volts. Okay, so that seems to be correct, the 1.45. I'm happy with that. So what we're going to do now is we're going to pop back out of here. Maybe something went wrong in their replacement, but let me move you folks. Let's see here. We'll pop out of here. What's up, Mrs. O?
There's a phone call for you.
Oh, good. Is it the president again?
It is.
Oh, Trump always calling to talk to me about stuff. Do I need to turn the camera off? Yeah, it's probably highly classified information. Let's see. We're going to go to EVAP. Let's just go to canister purge. Let's fire this pig up. All right. And then we're going to go to select data items, because we want to look at fuel tank pressure. And we just want to pull some vacuum on the tank. Now technically it should just be pulling air straight through it. Purge command, vent command. Okay, that's all we need to see. So it shouldn't be building a lot here. What's up, Mrs. O?
He just wants to know how much time you got into it so far.
So far? I don't know, hour.
Okay.
Yep.
How much time do you think you got left?
Pull the wiper column and all that stuff. I mean, we're gonna have a couple hours into it. All right, let's see here. So we're gonna hit start, and then we're gonna start putting some purge on it. All right, so it's pulling some vacuum there. Didn't act like it was pulling vacuum there in the beginning. Let's go ahead and shut that little guy off. Now our tank pressure should drop immediately, and it doesn't. It's still on the climb. So either our purge is stuck open. I mean, we should not be building vacuum like that, folks. That's a lot of vacuum, and it's pulling. Let me go out here and whip the gas cap off. You guys stay right here. Don't move. Don't move, anybody. I'm outside. I just pulled off the cap early, and our tank pressure dropped, so that's good. All right, let me go put that cap back on. You guys stay right here again. Don't move. All right, our cap ski is back on. All right, ruh-roh. Look what's happening. She's under vacuum again, the vacuum. So that's not good, because our purge is commanded off at 0. Let's go out here under the hood, do something. We're building vacuum. Let's open this back up. The old Chevy to suck the sides together. Alright, we're gonna leave it running. Put down my cell phone. Hood's popped. Pull that off. Very gingerly unplug this thing. That way we take away any command. Let me get the scan pulled. Alright, I just put the cap back on it. Where are you guys at? Can you see? Hey, hello. Maybe. Let me try to do something like this. Watch this. Woo, there we go. So she's building vacuum. Let me go open the cap. Alright. The vacuum went back down. Let's give her one of these. Oh, look at that. Now she's running like a champ. Alright, now let me go put the cap back on. Oh, Chevy. Cap's back on. And our vacuum is normal now. Now we're at the 1.5. Let's turn that little guy back on. Not turning on. Okay. I've got it at 90%, no vacuum. Let's give her one of these. Come on, Chevy. It's not turning on because it's not plugged in yet, dip. What a friggin' idiot. I did that right on camera. You can't make this stuff up, folks. You're whacking all day, buddy. Oh, there she goes. Now you get her a little second back there. 40%, I can hear it running kind of cruddy. I know you guys probably can't see, but I just wanted to see. There she goes. Now she's pulling some vacuum back through there. Let's take and shut it back off. Uh-oh. Again, she's not shutting off. I'll give her a little smack. There it goes. Now it's shut off. And now our vacuum is going back to normal. I'm wondering if we still have some restriction in that canister vent though, because that doesn't drop none too quick. Alright, so we know we have a bad purge. I would expect that vacuum to drop faster than it is because our back door is open, essentially. The canister vent valve is open, but you can see our decay there is pretty slow. So, with that being said, this is junk. The purge solenoid is junk. We know that. Let's get this baby up in the air. Have a gander. See if we got a, clogged canister or vent. Something else is going on back here. Hey, Josh. I know you guys are probably having a case of the jitters there under the hood where I had you set, but hopefully you could see it. That the canister purge valve under the hood is stuck. Turns on, stays on. The fact of the matter is when the vent valve in the back of the tank is open, it should be pulling, vapor through the tank, through the vent valve, through the canister, through the tank, into the purge, which is what it's doing, but it's building vacuum quite rapidly. And then when we, give it a whack there, so it would shut off, our vacuum decay should have been pretty quick. As soon as we killed the vacuum to it, should have been almost a straight line down on that graph. So I'm thinking something else besides the junk purge. There's something else going on with this Chevrolet. Like I say, when it came in and it had that great big leak in the top of the tank, supposedly they went and put a fuel pump in it. Now that was a while ago. So I don't know, perhaps they have something pinched up there, or the canister itself is plugged. I've seen it on these GMs before where the canister plugs with dirt, or if it has a remote filter on the vent valve, they get plugged with dirt and silt and stuff and don't allow air to flow through. So as soon as Josh gets it in here, we'll lift her up and see what we have. So we're underneath the truck here, and this is the purge line. Right? Yeah, this one here is the purge line that runs from the purge valve. This one goes to the tank. Now I unhooked the one for the canister vent valve. And I'm just trying to think here. So when we had vacuum on it, and we removed the cap, our vacuum decay was quick. So we know that there is no problem from this line to the tank, no restrictions. Because as soon as we pull the cap, vacuum went from, 2 volts or whatever it was on the tank pressure, and then, right back down very quickly. However, without removing the cap and just turning off the purge, the decay was very slow. So this is the line that goes to the vent, which is in between the cab and the box on these older Chevys. So I'm going to see if I can get my lips on this thing, see if we can blow through this. So that's wide open. I can blow through that, no problem. What I want to know is our restriction must be in the canister. It must be, because it's going to go from that side of the canister and up to our purge. So I'm going to unhook our purge from it if I can. These things can be kind of a piss pot to get undone. And then we're going to unhook the one from the tank also, just so we can plug that off. Oh boy. That has gas in it. That will follow up a canister there pretty quick. Oops. So that has gas, some gas residue. It's not pouring right out, so that's good. But there is evidence of gas. Now you get gas in your charcoal canister, forget about it, it turns to cake. What I want to know now, let me get a piece of vacuum or a piece of radiator hose. We'll stick on there, see if I can blow through that. Usually you should blow through them pretty freely. The only restriction should be, the charcoal that you blow through, plus where it's going to come out here up to the purge. Usually you can blow through them quite freely. Here we go. Found me an old piece of radiator hose or heater hose. Oh, almost right size even. Oh, you see that, Josh? Mm-hmm. Ruh-roh. Yeah. So I'll plug that one. She's swamped with gas. That's not good. Has some restriction to it also. So that's why our vacuum bled down slow. But that definitely has gas in it, as you can see, running down my thumb and into my shirt. Okay, so he has 2 issues. Now, is this from the new pump or from the old pump? I don't know. But I do know that if there's gas blowing out at this level, then most of this tank has to be full of gas. So it needs a new charcoal canister. He said he put a new fuel pump in it. Do you have a mirror, Josh? I just want to look to be sure that they did. We'll stick this back on. Stick that on, and we'll stick this on. You can blow through that vent, no problem. You know what, we ought to check though. We ought to check to make sure that vent closes, which it should. Let me get the scan tool here. And we're gonna, I did leave the key on. We're gonna go back to the canister vent test. And I remember when this truck was in previously, we wouldn't have been able to smoke it without that working. So I'm gonna go to canister, oops, wrong button. I think I'm not a brain surgeon. Let's see, we're gonna go to vent solenoid. So you can hear that clicking. So technically I should not be able to blow through this. Nope, I even made the classic sound to show you that you can't. And you can blow through it now, so vent still works. All right, yeah, let me see your mirror there, Josh. I just want to take a gander up on top of his tank to see if they did indeed change it. And survey says. I see brand new white shiny stuff. Okay, so he did put a fuel pump in it. And it appears to possibly be an OEM. Well, good for him. New lock ring, new fuel pump. So that's good. I will ask him about that. And then if that is a new, OEM pump, I can only assume that perhaps this came from the old pump. If it's coming out of the new one, that's going to stink. What I would be inclined to do, if you want to know for sure, is I'd go down and I'd fill this thing right to the tippy top as high as you can get it, and then I'd unhook this or apply some vacuum to it to see if the valving inside the tank wasn't blocking that off all the way. But that's that, folks. That's my call. Charcoal canister and purge valve. So that's going to do it for this one, folks. Hopefully you followed along there, seen the process. Now, don't always assume if you have one problem, you find one problem, that's, well, the only problem. In this case, we found the purge, we found the swamped canister, really hoping that is from the previous fuel pump. It's hard to say, but we just don't know. That canister is swamped. Like I say, if it was me, I'd be inclined to leave that line off, fill that sucker all the way full, put a little vacuum on it, make sure we're not pulling fuel out of the tank when it goes into a purge. Or perhaps with that purge sticking when he's, after he's filled it with gas, when there normally wouldn't be a purge event, maybe there was, and it, was drawing fuel into the canister because, he filled it with the engine running or something. Who knows? A lot of possible scenarios there. So we'll leave it at that. I'm not going to get the job on this. He does his own work. Clearly, if he's done the fuel pump himself, he can do the, canister and purge himself. But if we do get the work, we'll bring you along. We'll show you a functioning system. But we did learn some clues there just looking at scan data and found the right path to go pretty quick. So why don't you guys go pretty quick down there to that comment box. Leave a question, comment, criticism, concern. Lawnmower guy, every day. Every day. While you're down there, click subscribe, ring that bell. And just remember, viewers, if I can do it, you can do it. Thanks for watching.